single mother and you're exhausted, overworked, unseen, unheard, it doesn't take much for that soundtrack to become a lifeline. One glass to take the edge off, a bottle to drown the noise. Escape isn't the goal, it's a survival mechanism. And that's what makes the liquid lie so seductive and so dangerous. To all the single mothers out there, I think you're fucking epic. When I was a kid and my mum wanted some cigarettes, or she used to call them fags back then in the day, she would write a note and she'd give it to me. Seriously, I'd walk into the corner shop, I would hand the note to the bloke behind the counter and he would give me 20 embassies like I was buying candy. No one batted an eyelid. This is in the 80s, right? But fast forward 40 years, my daughter Zia, she tells me she's probably going to drink wine when she's older. And I realize the liquid lie doesn't need a note. It already lives inside of her. Hello everybody, my name is Davy. I'm not an alcoholic. I refuse to be anonymous. I am someone who lives a self-led life, alcohol-free as fuck, and I spend every waking moment of that life helping other people do the same, like right now. My beautiful daughter Zia, she is 8 years old. She knows what I do for a living. She knows all about Strive. She knows that I am alcohol-free as fuck and committed to helping the whole world become the same, right? She knows that. She lives in a home where wine bottles, I got 2 of them, they're gathering dust at the bottom of a cupboard. Some woman gave them to Eliza like over a year ago and they're still there, right? She's never, ever, ever seen me drink in her entire life. And she rarely sees her mum drink. Rarely, right? Hardly ever happens. We don't spend our weekends or any time in a pub. She doesn't watch mainstream TV, like I used to when I was her age, watching soap operas where everything focused around a pub. Her exposure to screens is minimal and controlled. Her world is actually pretty highly curated. And yet the other day when we were talking, she told me calmly and confidently that when she's older, she's going to drink wine. And I said to her, but why? And she said, because mum drinks wine. She hardly ever sees her drink the stuff. To even discuss it just feels ridiculous. And here's the thing. Even with Zia at 8, with this highly curated life, the liquid lie has already written its script. Not through drunken parents, not through beer-fueled house parties, but through the tiny cracks, the 1,000 tiny cracks in our culture. A teacher getting a bottle of wine as a thank you gift. A Disney movie where the villain is swirling brandy. A kid's book where the mum is sipping Pinot at dinner. A family wedding maybe, right? A soundtrack of society soaked in suggestion. It's barely noticeable if you're not looking, but it is absolutely relentless. And if you're a single mother and you're exhausted, overworked, unseen, unheard, it doesn't take much for that soundtrack to become a lifeline. One glass to take the edge off, a bottle to drown the noise. Escape isn't the goal, it's a survival mechanism. And that's what makes the liquid lie so seductive and so dangerous. Now we're going to take a short break, but something to sit with in the meantime. If the liquid lie can penetrate even the most intentional parenting, how the hell do we fight back? Have a little think about that. Well, I have a little think about this cup of tea. Welcome back to the 1000 Days Sober podcast. And before the break, we were exploring how the hell my beautiful little daughter, despite almost no exposure to alcohol, still internalized the belief that one day she is going to drink wine. And let's look how the world is responding and what we as fathers and mothers can do about it. Good news. Governments around the world are actually starting to act. Greece just mandated age checks at restaurants and supermarkets for alcohol. Spain is introducing a nationwide ban on alcohol sales for the under 18s for the first time ever. Can you believe that? The UK is pushing a bill to create a generation that never legally smokes. Even in the Maldives, they are outlawing tobacco sales for anyone born after 2007, and Ireland is raising the minimum tobacco age from 18 to 21. So on paper, it looks promising. More rules, more regulation, more resistance towards big booze and big tobacco. But laws only go so far because the real battlefield isn't the counter, your local corner shop, right? It's the dinner table, it's the Netflix queue, it's the school playground. Because the liquid light isn't just a product. You have to remember that it is a belief system, it is culture, it is a subconscious inheritance, and you cannot legislate that away. No government is going to help you with that. So what do we do? What do we do? Well, we have to speak up. We have to model a different approach. We have to stop being anonymous and stop being silent. When I used to take my boy Jude, he's 24 now, and his mates to football between the ages of 14 and 16, there were times when some of his friends had an hangover. There were times when at the back of the car, they would talk with glory and joy and excitement and status about alcohol, right? It wasn't just about football tactics. And in those moments, I had the wonderful opportunity to be able to tell them what I did for a living, to tell them a different version of alcohol and show them that you could be a super fucking cool dad. And they all thought I was a super cool dad, right? Whilst being alcohol free as fuck. Okay. It was really important. The coach, very different. He thought it was funny. He thought it was a rite of passage, right? He didn't laugh. He shared a different lens to me, one as a drinker, right? Now, I didn't have to be those kids' father or mother to make an impact. And that's the point. You're not just influencing your kids when you become alcohol free as fuck and live a self-led life. You're influencing someone else's kids, right? So if you're a single mother out there and your child sees you reaching for that glass after bedtime stories, just think about what they are learning. And if you feel shame right now as a result of this, that's okay. Feel it. Because shame is a sign that we've stepped out of integrity. And the question that should always arise when we feel shame is, how do I get back into integrity? One way to do that is to join Strive and to learn to become alcohol free as fuck, to role model a different future for your children. Okay. Escape is allowed. Escape is normal. Escape is necessary, but let's give them a different story on how to approach and visualize what escape looks like. It doesn't have to be cigarettes and it doesn't have to be alcohol. Okay, today's Daily Vow. Today I will not drink because the liquid lie is already whispering to the next generation. And if I don't model another path, who the fuck will? I choose to live alcohol-free as fuck, not just for me, but for every young eye watching me. The liquid light doesn't need permission slips anymore. It lives in algorithms, in casual jokes, in gift bags and sitcoms. But so do you. So take up that space. Speak up, live loud. Not as a preacher, but as proof that there's a different way of living. Alcohol-free as fuck and self-led. Some reflections for you, dear strivers, as you go about your day. Okay. Where did you first learn that drinking alcohol was normal? What subtle signals are your children or the children around them receiving when it comes to alcohol? And how could you show up differently today? Journal, reach out to me at LeeDavyCoaching on social media, email me at thestrivemethod@gmail.com, or reach out to me on WhatsApp at +44 753 789 6829 and talk about it. Okay. If today's episode struck a nerve, rate and review this podcast. It helps strivers find this podcast and it could really help them. Okay. Please subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. And if you're ready to live alcohol free as fuck and lead a self-led life, go to the Strive Method, right? At strivemethod.com, www.thestrivemethod.com. Two options there. One, free ebook. Okay. The Liquid Lie. Download it. It's great. Number two, join the Strive Method, our 6-month powerhouse of a workshop. Until tomorrow, much love and strive on. And remember, today, you are not going to drink alcohol, okay? And to all you single mothers out there, I see you, okay? You're doing a fantastic job. You are amazing, okay? Amazing. And In here, you know how to do it without drinking. Okay, trust in yourself. Okay, you've got this. Much love and strive on.